Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our welcoming press conference for the 102nd anniversary of Laconia Motorcycle Week. I am standing in place of Cynthia Macris, who could not be here today. My name is Jennifer Anderson, and I am the Deputy Director of the Laconia Motorcycle Week Association. In front of me, notice in front of this incredible vintage motorcycle, there is, in loving memory of Hope Macris, who we lost on May 29th, and I'd like to ask for a moment of silence in her honor. Thank you so much. I'd like to call my counterpart, Charlie St. Clair, Executive Director of our association, to front and center. Charlie?
Good morning, everybody. When I got word that our governor wasn't going to be here, I was kind of grumbling about that. But then when I heard who was going to replace her, I was actually very happy about that. Most of you probably know Sherm Packard, or at least have heard his name. We go back, I don't know, 50-something years. And he's a motorcyclist, true, through, and blue. And that's why I'm happy he's here. I also have the privilege of being in the House of Representatives down in Concord. So I get to watch his actions up there in the well. As he carries a big stick, a big gavel, I should say. And he does a really good job down there. I don't agree with him some of the time, but that's all good because he's a true New Hampshire guy and a good American to boot. So I'm very happy to be here, have him be here. If you can come up here, Sherm. And I'm going to do something that he does all the time. I should have bought a big mallet, so you could bang that thing. But I will say what he sometimes yells, which is, "The House will be in order." And he does that all the time. So there you go. That's your segue, kid.
Introduction?
Well, that's it. Sherm Packard right here, Speaker of the House, representing the governor.
Thank you, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. I've been a proud advocate of motorcyclist rights in New Hampshire since the 1970s when I met Charlie. And we built a lifelong friendship from that. And I've had an awful lot of good memories coming up to Motorcycle Week. I think my first one was in 1969 that I came up here. But I want to thank, before I read the governor's proclamation, I want to take as I say sometimes in the House, personal privilege. I want to thank the dedicated volunteers, local, state officials, first responder, state agencies, local businesses, and the welcoming people of Laconia. As this event continues to grow. And I want to spend a special thanks to my dear friend Charlie St. Clair and Director Jennifer Anderson for their tireless work making Laconia a premier summer destination. New Hampshire is proud to share its natural beauty, from the coast to the lakes to the mountains, with riders from across the country and even overseas sometimes, and then from Canada. And our own motorcyclists. You embody the very soul of the state, showing the nation what it means to live free and ride. I encourage all to ride safely and enjoy everything this state has to offer. It's now my honor to present this proclamation on behalf of our Governor, Kelly Ayotte. Whereas Laconia Motorcycle Week is the oldest motorcycle rally in the United States, celebrating more than 100 years of tradition and drawing riders and enthusiasts from across this country and around the world to the Lakes region of New Hampshire. And whereas the event began in 1916 with a few hundred motorcyclists gathering for a weekend of recreation and competition, and has grown into a world-class celebration of motorcycle culture, freedom, and the open road. And whereas Laconia Motorcycle Week showcased the unmatched natural beauty of the Granite State, from the scenic Kangamongas Highway to the winding roads of the White Mountains and the shores of Lake Winnipesaukee, making New Hampshire a rider's paradise. And whereas this event plays a vital role in supporting local businesses and the regional economy, generating millions in economic activity each year, and reaffirming that New Hampshire is one of the best states in the country to live, work, and ride. And whereas the success of Laconia Motorcycle Week is made possible by the collaborative efforts of local and state officials, law enforcement, first responders, public works, professionals, and volunteers, who ensure this event remains safe, respectable, and welcoming to all. And whereas the spirit of Laconia Motorcycle Week reflects the values of New Hampshire, freedom, independence, community pride, and the love of the outdoors, making it not only a celebrating of motorcycling, but also what it means to be part of the Grand Estate. Now, therefore, I, Kelly A. Ott, Governor of the State of New Hampshire, do hereby proclaim June 14th to June 22nd, 2025 as Laconia Motorcycle Week in the state of New Hampshire, and encourage all residents and visitors to celebrate this historic event and enduring the spirit of adventure and community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was going to say we would keep him around, but you got to run the Concord now.
I got to run to Concord because we're in session
Here
today.
we are, and I'll see you in a bit, with any luck. Thanks again, Sherman, very much.
It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So you got to watch him. He's taking my stuff with him. Thank you so much, and thank you, Governor Ayotte, for that proclamation. I think it will not be the last time that we hear the word whereas today. So at this time, I would like to call our esteemed Laconia Mayor Andrew Hosmer and Laconia City Manager Kirk Beati to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's an honor to once again stand before all of you and help kick off the 102nd Laconia Motorcycle Week rally. Also, welcome to what is really the pride and joy of Main Street here in Laconia. That is the historic Colonial Theater. And once again, I look out at my friend Councilor Haynes, and it's never a day goes by when I walk in here that I don't think of two people no longer with us who are tremendous leaders, persistent, visionary, in making sure that this theater came to fruition. That's our mayor, Ed Engler, and former city councilor, Bob Hamill. So I hope wherever they are, they look down on this and they are pleased that it's being used the way it is. So it's an honor, really is, both in a historical sense, but certainly in a present sense as well. But on behalf of the city of Laconia, I'm proud to officially kick off the oldest, and let's be honest, still the best motorcycle rally in the United States. We welcome riders, visitors, and fans from all over the country, and certainly all over the world. You've come here for the scenic roads, the lakes, the sounds of engines, and the sense of community that makes Laconia really special. We also owe tremendous gratitude to Charlie St. Clair and Jennifer Anderson of the Laconia Motorcycle Week Association. Both of them have devoted countless hours over decades to organizing and elevating this event to a world-class rally. Their leadership and passion have helped make Motorcycle Week a world-class tradition, and on behalf of the city, we are deeply grateful to both of you for the work that you continue to do. I also want to thank our dedicated city employees, our police, fire, public works, and administrative staff, who put in long hours to make this week a safe and successful event. To our local businesses and residents, thank you for your patience, your pride, and most importantly, your hospitality. We couldn't do this without all of you. It really takes not just a village, but a community. And we're doing it the right way here. This event is about more than bikes. It's about tradition, tourism, and the energy that happens when people gather to celebrate what they love. So ride safe, have fun, support our local shops and businesses, and remember why Laconia is a destination year after year. Let's make the 102nd year the best one yet. Again, welcome to Laconia and thank you.
Thank you. I will keep it short. I just wanted to start off certainly on behalf of all of our city departments, welcoming everybody to Motorcycle Week as well. The mayor said this, but I too want to thank Charlie and Jennifer. I know they're never more than a phone call away. If there's a problem that needs to be handled, yesterday we had something come up. It was a 30-second phone call and a 5-minute meeting, and it was taken care of. And that's how everything goes all week long. And that is so important to not only me and my office, but to all of our city departments as well. So we appreciate that. I want to mention, just thank all my departments and all my department heads for all the work they do all year long, and especially over these couple of weeks to get ready for this. Everything you see done, all the road traffic changes, all the road changes, the garbage pickup, the police, fire, our licensing, special events, everything that's related to this, it really affects almost every single one of our departments, and they do a great job at handling that in addition to all their other work that they have to do year-round. So they certainly deserve some recognition for that. While you're here, please take time to visit the city, the region, the state's restaurants, stores, businesses, and all of our wonderful destinations that make this area so beautiful. And if there's any way that the city of Laconia can help with anything, all of our departments are open to you. Please feel free to reach out. If you have questions, concerns for any of our visitors, our businesses, our residents, reach out to the city manager's office at 527-1270, and we'll help you out as soon as we can. Thank you.
I'm so used to Cynthia having this job, I keep forgetting that I have to keep coming up. One of the things that we are so incredibly fortunate in such a small state like New Hampshire is to have the great support of our state leaders, and today is no different. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, I guess, but Congress is in session, so we couldn't have senators or Congress representatives here with us, but they did send their very best to represent them, and we'd like to start off welcoming, please, Chris Scott on behalf of Senator Shaheen.
Thank you, Jennifer, Charlie. Congratulations again on another great year ahead. As mentioned, Senator Shaheen's in Washington, D.C. this morning, but she did send along a note that she asked me to share, so if I may. Dear friends, I join you in spirit as we gather to kick off the 102nd anniversary of Laconia Motorcycle Week. This is a wonderful opportunity to recognize the thousands of riders, event organizers and sponsors, small businesses, and state and local officials who work together to ensure that this event is a resounding success. Thank you all for your efforts to continue the legacy of the oldest motorcycle rally in the country. To many, Laconia Motorcycle Week Rally marks the long-awaited start of summer. I'm excited to welcome everyone who has traveled from near and far for a week of riding, to meet new and old friends, and to witness New Hampshire's striking natural beauty. This event is vital to our state's small businesses and tourism industries, so thank you to the dedicated riders who return to New Hampshire's Lake region year after year. And I wish you all the best for a safe and exciting week ahead. Sincerely and signed, Jean Shaheen, United States Senator.
And now please join me in welcoming Robert Graham on behalf of Senator Shaheen.
Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, everyone. Bobby Graham here on behalf of Senator Maggie Hassan. The senator also is in D.C., and so I will be sharing this letter from her. Dear friends, I'm sorry that I cannot be with you today, but I join in celebrating the start of Laconia Motorcycle Week 2025. For the 102nd time, Laconia Motorcycle Week is bringing together people of all ages to take in the natural beauty of the open roads and experience all that New Hampshire has to offer. Make no mistake, Motorcycle Week has become nothing less than a New Hampshire institution, and I know that the memories Granite Staters and visitors alike make this week will continue to be passed on for generations to come. Thank you to everyone working to make this week run smoothly and preserving a tradition that countless Americans look forward to each year. I look forward to seeing you as you ride across our state this year and in motorcycle weeks for years to come. With every good wish, Margaret Wood Hassan, United States Senator. Thank you.
I take full responsibility for putting together this agenda with the wrong spelling of our next guest, Colin Pio, on behalf of Congressman Chris Pappas. I'm so sorry, Colin.
Good morning. Congressman Pappas also could not be here today, but he sent a note and writes, thank you for the invitation to join you at the kickoff of the 102nd Annual Laconia Motorcycle Week. I wish you a wonderful week and thank the many people involved who make this event possible every year. Motorcycle Week is the oldest rally in America, and it is the official start of summer here in the Granite State. We have a long and proud tradition of biking in the Granite State, and Laconia Motorcycle Week continues that tradition and shows off some of the best that New Hampshire has to offer. Each year, hundreds of thousands of people from across the United States, Canada, and around the world come to Laconia for this event. By being here today, you are part of a 100-year-old beloved New Hampshire tradition and are supporting our economy as you visit our small businesses and our small businesses. I want to thank you for coming to Motorcycle Week and gathering with friends to celebrate your shared love of motorcycles, enjoy our beautiful roads and the scenery of the Lakes region, and support our businesses along the way. This week is all about celebrating our riding culture here in New Hampshire and getting out onto our roads to enjoy this state. I hope you have a fun and safe week and enjoy your time. Sincerely, Chris Pappas, Member of Congress.
Upon receiving the invitation for today's press conference, Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander reached out personally to Charlie and I to send her regrets for being unable to be here. But she did send a representative, and then this doesn't happen every day. She was like, you know what, actually, can you just have my uncle do it? And so I'd like to welcome now last year's Fritzie Bear Award winner, Nick Tamposi, who's also a proud board member for the Laconia Motorcycle Week Association. So thank you.
Maggie wishes that she could be here, but she writes, dear friends, as we gather to kick off the 102nd Annual Laconia Bike Week, I want to share my congratulations and gratitude even though I can't be here with you in person. I'm proud to join you in spirit and through my Uncle Nick, to celebrate this incredible New Hampshire tradition. I'm grateful to the Laconia Motorcycle Week Association for all their work to keep this great Granite State tradition alive. And thanks to Representative Charlie St. Clair and to Cynthia Macris for their incredible leadership. Thank you also to our local leaders, Mayor Hosmer, Police Chief Canfield, and Fire Chief Gilbert for your team's work to ensure that we all enjoy Bike Week safely. For my family, as for Granite Staters, Bike Week is more than just a celebration of motorcycles. It's a celebration of community. This week, visitors from all across the country will be in the Lakes region not only to roar the engines, but by the strength of the community, from the family diners to local shops, to the beautiful venues like the Colonial Theater, which we're here to gather today. I encourage everyone visiting to take some time to enjoy our incredible restaurant, stop at the few shops, and experience the hospitality that makes New Hampshire so special. Supporting our small business is one of my top priorities in Congress. On the House Committee on Small Businesses, I'm working to ensure that entrepreneurs and workers who drive our local economies have the tools and resources they need to thrive. Thank you again for everyone who makes this week possible. I wish you a joyful, safe, and successful motorcycle week. And as my family always says, stay safe and keep away from the center line. With gratitude, Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
That was very apropos that you ended with stay safe and stay away from the center line, because the next several speakers that we have are related to public safety. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize not just the people who are on stage with us, who we're incredibly grateful for, but also those of you that are in the audience who are members of law enforcement, public safety, public works, and are also our public servants serving on city council and state representatives. Please take a moment to give a round of applause for those out there today. Thank you so much. Now, for his first appearance at the press conference, and hopefully not the last, we'll see how we do today, Attorney General John Formella for Public Safety. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Charlie. It is great to be here and an honor to be here to help kick off the 102nd Laconia Motorcycle Week. I just want to start, I think it's always important to start by thanking everyone who is responsible for this week. So the local officials who are here, state officials who help, volunteers, staff, and everyone who participates. This is such an amazing New Hampshire tradition, and I think Bike Week really symbolizes everything that's great about New Hampshire. Community, freedom and independence, the outdoors, the open road. It's just all of those put together is what this week is about, and it's an honor to be here to help kick it off. As important as this tradition is to our state, it's also an opportunity to show off our state and to welcome so many visitors who will flood in over the next week. And with that, as the Chief Law Enforcement Officer, it falls to me to remind everyone that while Bike Week is about having fun and celebrating an amazing culture and tradition, it's also important that we keep public safety in mind. Because in order to make this week great, we want to keep everyone safe. We want everyone to go home at the end of the day. So for our riders, that means welcome to New Hampshire. We're so glad to have you here, but remember to stay safe. If you are going to drink or do anything like that, don't ride. If you need to take any precautions or make any contingency plans, make sure to keep those in mind. A fun time also necessitates being safe. And to our drivers in New Hampshire, especially our New Hampshire residents, as we know we're going to have a lot of guests this week, it's important to keep that in mind, to be a little more careful, to take extra precaution, to be ready to share the road with the guests that New Hampshire welcomes every year. That is so important, and that will help to keep everyone safe. And most importantly, as the Chief Law Enforcement Officer, I want to first thank all of our law enforcement officers and first responders, our state and local heroes who will be out and about the entire week, keeping everyone safe. To our guests, to our residents, I would say this: if you see a law enforcement officer, if you see a first responder, say hi, say thank you. They are not there to cramp your style. They're not there to get you in trouble or make arrests. Our goal is to keep everyone safe. It's all about keeping everyone safe. Our law enforcement officers and first responders, they go to work so that everyone else can go have fun. And New Hampshire has the best law enforcement officers in the country. We are once again the safest state in the country, and that is because of the men and women who again go to work every day to keep everyone safe and to make sure everyone can have a good time. So once again, it's an honor to help kick off this week. It's amazing to be here. I also, as Jennifer said, hope it's not the last time I'm here. It will not be, I can promise you that. And to everyone, I just say, let's have a great week. Let's have a safe week. Ride safe. Let's make the 102nd Motorcycle Week a great one. Thank you.
Our our official kickoff for Motorcycle Week is on Saturday with the 19th annual Peter Macris Memorial Ride. And this event has raised well over $600,000 for many local charities. And it is led, the ride, which ends up at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, is led by our very own New Hampshire State Police. And so we are very grateful for all of their efforts during the week, as well as those of our city law enforcement. So at this time, I'd like to welcome New Hampshire State Police Lieutenant Alex Davis.
Well, good morning and thank you, everyone. First, I'd like to thank the association for inviting me here today to speak on behalf of the New Hampshire State Police. It truly is an honor to be here. The New Hampshire State Police has a deep history of being involved in participating in Laconia Bike Week, and it truly is an honor for me to be here and to continue in that tradition and that legacy. During Motorcycle Week, you'll see an increased presence of New Hampshire State Police troopers from not only the Lakes region, but from across the state and from our specialty units, including the State Police's motorcycle unit. We enjoy very much participating in many of the charity rides that go on throughout the state to provide safety and awareness. During this event, when you notice a presence of state troopers, please understand that we are here to help. We're here to provide public safety, and we're here to work collaboratively with our state, local, county, and federal partners in law enforcement. With that partnership, we're asking for cooperation from the public as well. Please do not drive or ride impaired. Do not drive distracted. Do not drive recklessly. The state police is here, and we are committed to providing public safety to not only the citizens of the state of New Hampshire, but as well as the visitors who are here to enjoy our roadways, to enjoy the event, and to enjoy the businesses. Along with the increased presence in Laconia, you're also going to see our statewide patrols and enforcement efforts will be ongoing throughout the state. Troopers will be out there to deter and detect dangerous drivers and dangerous riders. We ask that the public participate in helping us in that public safety effort. If anyone sees any hazardous driving, any hazardous operation, we ask that you call 911 and report it immediately. If you see any emergency situation, we ask that you call 911. Your action may save a life. So again, I'd like to extend my appreciation to the organizers of this event and all of the partnerships here today. And we're looking forward to working collaboratively with all of you for what we believe will be a very safe and successful bike week. Thank you very much.
The City of Laconia is a most gracious host for the Laconia Motorcycle Week, and we are very proud of the relationships that we have with all of the partners throughout the city and state, and especially grateful for our Laconia Police and Fire. I'd like to welcome Chief Matt Canfield and Chief Tim Jobert to the front and center.
Good morning. On behalf of the men and women of the Laconia Police Department, I would like to extend a very special welcome to this year's Laconia Motorcycle Week. This year marks the 102nd anniversary of the oldest motorcycle rally in the world, and as the city's police chief, it is truly my honor to once again support this event. It is my hope that everyone will have a chance to enjoy all that the city of Laconia has to offer, albeit in a safe and responsible manner. The Laconia Police Department will be working hard to ensure the safety and security of all of our residents and visitors throughout the week. We will be working with a number of our law enforcement partners to further our mission of providing for a safe and enjoyable event for all. We strongly urge all attendees to drink responsibly and to refrain from drinking after consuming alcoholic beverages. Alcohol-related crashes claim the lives of several visitors each year and are the cause of many others. Therefore, the Laconia Police Department takes a strong stance on driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. In closing, I would like to welcome everyone to this world-known, renowned event and wish everyone a safe and enjoyable experience here in the city of Laconia.
Good morning. My name is Tim Jubert. I'm honored to be the chief of the Laconia Fire Department. Just to echo what Chief Canfield said and add a few more things. The Laconia Fire Department and Police Department are responsible for the safety and well-being of the residents and visitors of Laconia. This is a responsibility that we take very, very seriously. And in my opinion, I think the people that work for these organizations do it better than anybody else. During Motorcycle Week, this responsibility grows significantly due to the amount of people in the city. We ask our residents and visitors 3 things to help us out. Please be cautious. Please be courteous. And last but not least, please be responsible. If these 3 things can take place, everybody should have an enjoyable and safe week. Thank you very much.
For our next speaker, this would be normally the time that Cynthia Macris would give many extensive accolades for the work that our New Hampshire Liquor Enforcement and Commission does during the week, but also to prepare the restaurants and establishments around the state for the entire summer season, and of course all year long. The training that goes in, the education, the updates when different laws, legislation is changed, all of that we are incredibly grateful for. And so I also extend that same gratitude that Cynthia would normally do, and I welcome Chief Mark Armaganian, the Director of Enforcement from New Hampshire Liquor Commission.
Thank you. Jen, Charlie, again, I'm humbled being asked to be here today. But to echo what the Attorney General said just a little while ago, the thanks has to go out to each and every one of you. I mean, you actually see us walking in today knowing what we have to do in front of you, knowing that we have to share information with each and every one of you about safety, responsible drinking, and just making great memories for this coming week. But one of the biggest takeaways that I had coming up here on stage just a moment ago was actually seeing people that I hadn't seen in years and seeing people that I've seen every year. For me, for the last 36 years of my 38-year career, 28 of them being with state police, walking the beat of the weirs, and enjoying being a cyclist myself, humbly standing behind all this iron that I'd like to take on the road right now, really gives me a sense of joy to see each and every one of you. Through the lights here, I can see you. But to collaborate with not only our legislative partners, our county partners who are here. It was great seeing them out on the sidewalk as I was walking in. All you see is a bunch of hugs and handshakes, because what we want to do is we really want to create and be part of creating great memories of the 102nd, because there were great memories for the previous ones that, of course, came before this. So as we, in liquor enforcement, the men and women of liquor enforcement are extremely humbled and proud to be part of this event, because what we push forward on a daily basis and now a yearly basis with this event is a model that we've been very successful with, and that's compliance through education. We have reached out in the last 3 weeks to 314 licensees in the area. And we've had extremely great, and some of you are out there today, extremely great conversations and sharing great information. Our success is our partnerships with our licensees and our partnerships with state, county, and local partners that help us do the job we do every day, and that's to make sure that service is done responsibly, and if you are of legal age, drinking is done with having safety in mind. There are share rides that are going to be in the area. Whatever that share ride you choose to be, whether it's a designated driver or a taxi service or one of the many private share rides out there, they are out there to make sure like us that you make it home safely. So with that in mind, we at Liquor Enforcement and Licensing look forward to seeing every one of you out there and your friends and your family out there. And please, like was said earlier, say hi. There's nobody scary in the room here that isn't going to appreciate a hi, and to share information, to share stories. Gosh knows, over 36 years, I have a lot of stories, and every one of them puts a smile on my face. So thank you for allowing me to speak with you, and thank you for just being a partner of ours. Thank you.
Safety is, of course, pinnacle to the success of a motorcycle rally, and the other paramount feature of a motorcycle rally is events. And so now we get to the time of the press conference here where we get to talk about all of the amazing events that happen during the 9 days. We have with us today Shannon Stevens of New Hampshire Motor Speedway, who I'll call to the stage, but I also want to recognize David McGrath, who is sitting out there somewhere. I can't see anyone out there, but I know David's there. There he is. And thank you for all of your support during the year. He's also on our board of directors, and so thank you so much. And he rode his motorcycle here today, of course. So Shannon, please. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Jennifer. Well, New Hampshire Motor Speedway has become a top destination for riders visiting the area from all over the country during Motorcycle Week. And we are excited to have two exciting racing events bookend our week-long celebration. So this weekend, we kick things off with the Northeast Motorcycle Road Racing event and the 102nd Annual Loudon Classic with a $400,000 purse. Next weekend, we welcome back the United States Classic Racing Association with their North American Vintage Championships. We also have demo rides available from Harley-Davidson and Indian all week. We'll take riders out on a 9-mile route to test out the latest and greatest that the motorcycle manufacturers have to offer. On top of the demo rides, we have a bunch of vendors on site with gear, accessories, all made for riders. We also have a couple charity events that we're excited to host that both benefit the New Hampshire chapter of Speedway Children's Charities, which benefits children in need throughout New England. This weekend, we'll kick things off with the Top Cop Motorcycle Skills Competition, which is a slow-riding motorcycle skills competition. We partner with Pro Rider 603 for that event, and they've already been on site, and they've set up 2 awesome courses with thousands of cones. New this year, riders looking to improve their skills for the Top Cop event can participate in a clinic either this Friday or Saturday, hosted by Quinn Redeker, who spent many years as a police motor officer and instructor in California, and is currently the National Brand Ambassador for the BMW Motorrad Authority Division. On Tuesday, we are hosting our 5th annual Ride to the Racetrack from Laconia Harley-Davidson to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, which includes 2 laps on the road course, which is always fun. We also offer camping. Our campgrounds are open, and campers have already started to roll in. And we also encourage folks to visit the New England Racing Museum located right at our south entrance. They're open this weekend and next weekend, and they have newly displayed historic motorcycles and race car exhibits featured, and they refresh their exhibits every year. So if you went last year, make sure you go again this year. You can find all the details at nhms.com. Have a great week, everyone.
One of my favorite events was when I had the opportunity during a charity ride to take the laps around the track. And if you've ever had that experience, you know what I'm talking about. It is absolutely thrilling. So if you haven't done it, that's what probably one of the second best thing about a charity ride. The first part is giving back, and the second part is maybe being able to take a lap around the track. I love getting feedback all year long from people about Motorcycle Week, and one of the most talked about events that I get to hear from our locals especially, is from our hill climb at Gunstock Mountain Resort. This is a very long-standing family tradition for many generations of families throughout New Hampshire and our visitors that come for the week. But it's an opportunity to see a different side of the mountain, and I can tell you I am, Robert, I am a proud season pass holder for the winter season, but to be there in the summer and watch the hill climb, our very own Charlie participated in it in 2003, can you believe it was that long ago? And it really is just incredible. At this time, I would like to welcome the General Manager, Robert Drake.
Thanks, Jennifer, and thanks for sharing that you're a pass holder. I appreciate hearing that. The Gunstock Hill Climb is an adrenaline-packed race to the top of one of the steepest trails at the mountain, full of spills and thrills. The event was first held at Gunstock in 1938, and the tradition continues Wednesday, June 18th on the historic 70-meter Torger Tokel Memorial ski jump hill, where he held the record for 35 years with a 251-foot jump. So while you're there, think about that. It's quite a ways. The event is held in conjunction with Ridge Runners Promotions, who host hill climbs across New England, and this is a sanctioned New England Hill Climbers event. The event averages 5,000 to 9,000 people annually, and we expect as many this year as well. So make plans to get there early. Our gates open at 8 a.m., and the event is from 9 to 5 p.m. Admission is $30, and children 10 and under are free. There's free parking available. There's also paid VIP parking. Food trucks, adult beverages, and retail vendors will be on site with motorcycle accessories, apparel, amongst other items. There's a custom bike show presented by Deadbeat Customs, and always a fan favorite is the stunt show put on by the notorious East Coasted motorcycle crew, who will perform 3 different shows throughout the day. We wish everyone an exciting and safe Motorcycle Week and look forward to seeing you at Gunstock on Wednesday.
You'll certainly see me there on Wednesday, and I want to thank Sheriff Wright and our Belknap County Sheriff's Department for all of their efforts to keep everyone safe at the hill climb as well. Leading up to the big hill climb is our Tower Street Hill Climb Expo on Tuesday, right on Tower Street in Weirs Beach off of Lakeside Avenue. And we have here with us today Tom Crompton, who we thank him and all of his volunteers for putting together this incredible stage with these motorcycles and the banner. And Tom comes from us from the United States Classic Racing Association. He's also the president of the New England Racing Museum that Shannon mentioned at the south entrance of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. I'd like to welcome Tom.
Thank you. Again, my name is Tom Crompton, and I'm here representing the United States Classic Racing Association and the New England Racing Museum, where racing history comes alive. I'll be sharing 3 days of events that the USCRA is involved in for Motorcycle Week this year, and a few different offerings that the New England Racing Museum will offer. First off, an organizational announcement regarding the USCRA, United States Classic Racing Association. It was founded in 1982 by Bob Coy. It organizes and promotes vintage motorcycling events, primarily road racing. And well, after 43 years at the helm, Bob is retiring and handing the reins over to a new director, Doug Donlin, who is in the audience out there today. So congratulations to you, Doug. We know that there's great things in the future with Doug at the helm. As mentioned earlier, there's the Tower Road Hill Climb. That's going to start the first USCRA event of the week. It's on Tuesday, June 17th, right on Tower Road, right on the streets, which reenacts the hill climb conducted on Tower Road that began in 1916. This event is for vintage and antique motorcycles. runs from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. And again, it's right right off of Weirs Beach. It's one of the biggest draws and biggest things that we get fans in to see classic bikes running. Those attending rave about it all year long and look forward to start again. We've been doing that actually since 2018. Then on Saturday, June 21 through Sunday, June 22nd, the USCRA is once again honored to host the only FIM, which is the Federation of International Motorcyclists, sanctioned road racing competitions on the continent. The North American Vintage Road Racing Championships, the FIM, founded in 1904, is the governing body for motorcycle sports and a global advocate for motorcycling. This year marks the 23rd annual event, which will take place at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And that'll be the site for a couple of great days of motorcycle racing like these and sidecar racing. That's always a fan favorite, to see the sidecars go around the track. And the Harleys and Indians. One thing about New Hampshire Motor Speedway, if you haven't been there, I'd really encourage you to pay a visit. When you come through that tunnel, the visceral feeling you get, the sight, the size, the sound of engines, the smell of race fuel, it's just a visceral excitement that motorcyclists thrive on. So when we get these bikes on the track, it's, again, not just parade laps. They're racing, handlebar to handlebar. From 1930s hand-shift Indians and Harleys to BSAs to Triumphs to Hondas and Yamahas. It's really something to see. And now, on behalf of the USARA, I'm proud to announce that the 2025 Grand Marshal of the North American Vintage Road Racing Championships is legendary racer and builder Todd Henning. The poster, the lower poster up there, recognizes some of Todd's background. If there ever was a personification of the term privateer, it would be Todd Henning. Over the span of 2 decades of engineering, building, and racing, Todd was the quintessential outsider, not a factory rider, an independent outsider, always finding a way to come out on top. He's estimated to have won 500 races between the 80s and 1999. That's a heck of a feat. His reputation was just forged in victory. Completely self-taught, he transformed the modest Honda engines he raced into fierce and reliable motorcycles. Todd's riding prowess allowed him to dominate competition, cementing his place in a well-rounded and exceptional competitor and perennial champion. Sidelined by a serious injury in 1999, his career was unfortunately cut quite short. However, Todd's legacy endures. Recently, his son Ari and his best friend Zach Kortz produced a documentary called 1,300 Miles of Mayhem, which is being shown on Revzilla right now. Shannon mentioned some of the tours that go around the track, as did Jennifer. So on Saturday, June 21, there's a gypsy tour that'll leave downtown Laconia and head to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And again, the riders will get to take some laps on New Hampshire Motor Speedway. These rides are great for folks that always imagined what it's like to be on a racetrack. Oh, I think I can do that turn. That looks pretty easy. Let them get it out there on their road bikes, and there's a rider in front to keep the speeds down. But people really walk away really impressed with what it takes to take a motorcycle around a racetrack, and they're not going quite at speed. At the same time that this is going on, the U.S. Vintage Road Racing Championships are taking place at the track, and as soon as the Gypsy Tour is done, at around noon that day, we'll have the 2 feature races of the week, which are the Hand Shifters, the virtual Harley Indian Wars of yesteryear, when it was all about the Harleys and Indians, and you'll see them on the track competing, let's say aggressively, to hold that championship again. And they'll be followed by the sidecars, always a fan favorite. The smile factor of every fan in there when they see the acrobat and choreography that takes place with the passenger on that sidecar is something to see. And actually, we've got the team here that owns this sidecar, Joe and Kirsten Melanchiata, They actually won the Vintage Grand Prix 2 weeks ago on this rig. And they'll be happy to show you after the presentations how to get on that thing and get your picture taken. Finally, a few words about the New England Racing Museum. And again, we keep saying this is where racing history comes alive. We have 10,000 square feet with race cars, motorcycles from all disciplines. The one thing we do hold true to, though, is everything has a New England background. And that's pretty important. When you look at the robust history and beautiful equipment that is New England bound, it's really impressive. In addition to motorcycles and cars, there are unique photography exhibits, jackets, helmets, trophies. We're located right on Route 106 between the main gate and the south gate of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Museum hours are 10 to 4 Saturdays and Sundays, and we're going to open an extra day next Friday, June 20th to handle all the visitors. And in celebration of Motorcycle Week, the museum has decided that if you come to visit us on the 14th or the 15th, that ticket will get you back in for the following weekend also. So you can come back as many times as you want for a reduced rollback price of $10. So I look forward to seeing many of you there. Please look me up when you're there. I'll be at the hill climb, Tower Road hill climb, the road races, the races this weekend. Please stop by and say hello. We're all running different ways, but we do appreciate it. And the racers in the pits all love to talk about their stuff. They all want to tell you about their bike and how fast it goes and all those things, and they're quite gregarious. So thank you to Brian Keating for bringing the Indian hand shifter, and Joe and Kirsten Melanchiata for bringing the other motorcycles, and again, we'll have them on the stage. I know Matt and Mark always like to battle out to see who gets to sit on the bikes first, so we'll make sure they stay here for a little while. Thank you.
Okay, now at this time we have the honor of having a couple of award presentations. So I'd like to call Mayor Hosmer back to the stage and Chief Canfield.
So we have a very special leadership and appreciation award to present. This man is a legend. This man is someone that I wish I could have worked for back in the day. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to. However, I've learned an awful lot from this man, and I really appreciate him a lot. So at this point, if we could have Councilor Cheney come up. So at this time, we have a proclamation, a mayor's proclamation.
I just want to say, Deb, thanks for getting him here, getting him dressed up. He looks great, okay?
We'll talk about that later.
It's a real honor to stand up here and do this, and for my good friend and a true community leader. Whereas the strength and spirit of a community are defined by those who give themselves for the benefit of others. And whereas Bruce G. Cheney has devoted a lifetime to public service, serving the state of New Hampshire and the city of Laconia with unwavering integrity, compassion, dedication, improving the lives of countless individuals. And whereas Bruce has carried that legacy of public service by rising through the ranks to become Chief of Police for the city of Laconia, serving the city in this capacity from September 1st, 1977 to December 31st, 1990, leading the department with courage, fairness, and a commitment to protecting all members of the community. And whereas Bruce then continued his journey in public safety, becoming the director of New Hampshire Department of Safety, Division of Emergency Services and Communications, ensuring his department served as the critical link between citizens in crisis and emergency responders. Under his leadership, New Hampshire was the first state in North America to implement a 100% computer-based 911 system. While serving in this position, Bruce also acted as the Homeland Security Advisor to the governor. And whereas following his retirement from law enforcement and public safety, Bruce continues to serve the city of Laconia as an elected city councilor from 2018 to the current time, bringing deep insight, leadership, and compassion to city government. And whereas his decades of service across multiple roles exemplify the highest ideals of civic duty, public trust, and commitment to the well-being of Laconia's residents. Now therefore, I, Andrew J. Hosmer, Mayor of the City of Laconia, proudly recognize and thank Bruce G. Cheney for a lifetime of outstanding community service, and urge all citizens to recognize and honor his extraordinary service, leadership, and enduring contributions to our state and to our community. Given under my hand and seal of the City of Laconia, New Hampshire, this 12th day of June, in the year of our Lord, 2025.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bruce, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm honored to be part of this recognition for you. You and I have known each other for a few years, and to be on the same stage with you to recognize you for your achievements, your length of service, your breadth of influence in the public safety community, as well as the citizens and visitors to the state of New Hampshire, the work that you did from the ground up to develop a model of the 911 system for the rest of the nation. When I think back about the length of time and service that you've put in as officer, chief, director, counselor, and of course Marine, the terms that come to mind are public service and commitment to excellence in all that you have been able to do, and I'm proud to be part of that. I'm actually proud to be part of your legacy when it comes to the transfer of directorship at the Division of Emergency Services and Communications. Thank you for all you do, and I want to thank you for all of the folks that you've had such a great influence on at the Department of Safety and the work that you've done for all of the residents and visitors to this great state. Thank you.
One more thing.
Oh, no.
So at this time, we'd like to present him with a nice plaque. And I'll just read the plaque really quickly. It's an Outstanding Leadership and Appreciation Award presented on this 12th day of June, 2025, to Bruce G. Cheney. Our deepest gratitude and appreciation for your unwavering dedication, commitment, and lifetime of service to the city of Laconia and the state of New Hampshire. Your leadership and commitment to public safety has made our city and state a safer and better place to live.
Thank you, Chief.
Now you can.
Thank you all. I wasn't expecting this, and I'm going to find out why that lady over there didn't warn me. I thank you for recognizing my time, but I would tell you all that I love this city, and it makes it a lot easier to do the things we've been doing. I love this state, and I loved every job I had. I look forward to hopefully doing more in the future. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, when I was chief here, this was a weekend. And I can tell you some stories about Charlie St. Clair. Can't do it here, but afterwards, if you want to know, I can... In any case, thank you all. I'm not sure it's as deserved as you do, but thank you anyways, and thank all of you.
Thank you again, Mayor.
At this time, I'd like to call Councilor Mark Haynes up to join Mayor Hosmer for our next award. As we stand here or sit here in this beautiful Laconia Colonial Theater in the Ed Engler Auditorium, I can't help but think about the hours, endless hours, and tears that went in behind the scenes to put together this incredible landmark project. At that table were many people, some of whom are here, and several who are no longer with us, including former Mayor Ed Engler and City Councilor Bob Hamill. This next award is graciously presented by the Mayor and City Council and is the Bob Hamill Service Award.
Though I have the pleasure of reading this proclamation, this award was set up, thought of, organized by Councilor Mark Haynes, who had a very special relationship with Bob Hamill. When he first suggested it to me some time ago, I thought there couldn't be a better award, an award named after Bob Hamill. It was just a great idea. So thanks for taking leadership in this, Councilor Haynes. Our first proclamation. Whereas today we reflect on the legacy of volunteerism and love of community embodied in former Laconia City Councilor Robert Hamill, we are proud to recognize an exceptional individual to receive this year's Robert A. Hamill Community Service Recognition Award. Whereas certain individuals have, over many years, consistently and generously devoted their time, talents, and commitment, profoundly improving our community and enriching countless lives, we are honored to present this year's award to an exceptional role model for community service, Debbie Frawley Drake. I'll read the rest of the proclamation when she gets up here just to embarrass her. Get up here. Whereas through countless hours of volunteerism, Debbie Frawley Drake has dedicated herself to many roles in the city of Laconia, giving generously of her time, energy, and compassion to make a meaningful difference in the lives of our neighbors, families, and local organizations, some of which are listed, I'd like to list. Greater Lakes Region Children's Auction, St. Andre Bassett, Laconia Historical and Museum Society, Laconia Region Granite United Way, Laconia Area Community Land Trust, Hands Across the Table, Laconia Multicultural and Folk Festival, Belknap Mills Society, Belknap Economic Development Council, Lakes Region Chamber of Commerce, and I know there are some I'm leaving out. Whereas Debbie has consistently shown exceptional leadership, kindness, and commitment to the well-being of others, with the impact of her work to be felt for generations to come. She is always willing to lend a hand and has made a real and lasting difference in our community, whether helping neighbors, supporting local events, or simply showing up when needed. She has been a steady and positive presence in our community. She leads by example and reminds us all of what it means to care for others and give back. Now, therefore, with deep gratitude, I, Andrew J. Hosmer, Mayor of the City of Laconia, am proud to honor my friend, Debbie Frawley Drake, for her many years of service. Our community is stronger, kinder, and more vibrant because of her efforts, her commitment. It reminds us all what can be achieved when we work together. Mark's got something for you, too.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something?
I just want to say I'm overwhelmed, was not expecting this. I thought I was here for another reason today, thanks to my best friend, Becky Geyer. But I love what I do, and it makes my heart smile to be able to help out in any way I can. Thank you again.
We have 2 awards. The second, Robert A. Hamill Community Service Recognition Award. I call up David Stamps. Yes, that David Stamps. Come on. Whereas the strength and vitality of our community are measurably enhanced by the selfless dedication of our volunteers. The individual chosen to receive this year's Robert A. Hamill Community Service Recognition Award mirrors the community spirit and compassion shown by former Laconia City Councilor Robert Hamill, for whom this award is named. Whereas today we have the distinct privilege of recognizing David Stamps, who has demonstrated a steady commitment to the city of Laconia. We are honored to present this year's award to him and extend our gratitude for his contributions to our community and its residents. Whereas David's tireless efforts, often behind the scenes, have brought our community together time and again and helped to build a stronger future. His efforts have exemplified the values of generosity, leadership, community spirit, making a difference in the city of Laconia and the Lakes region. In addition to serving in various election roles in Ward 3, including positions as moderator, selectman, and supervisor of the checklist for over 25 years, the following are some of the additional organizations who have benefited from David's service. Laconia Main Street, Laconia Multicultural Festival, Laconia Got Lunch Program, Laconia Planning Board, Capital Improvement Program Committee, Lakes Region Child Care, Lakes Region Community Services, Lakes Region Community Emergency Response Team, Human Relations Committee, Lakes Region Children's Auction, Belknap Mill Board of Trustees, Lakes Region Planning Commission, Highway Safety Commission, New Beginnings, Partnership for Public Health. Somewhere in there are more, too, that we leave out. Whereas whether leading projects or simply being the first to offer help, David has spent years building our community. His quiet leadership has made a lasting impact on everyone lucky enough to work alongside him. Now, therefore, I, Andrew J. Hosmer, Mayor of the City of Laconia, ask the residents of the City of Laconia to join me in thanking David Stamps for showing us the true meaning of what community service looks like. Laconia is better because of you, David. Come on.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something?
Only that this city is a great place to live and work in, and the people that you see around you are part of the reason. I'm just one of many cogs in the wheel. There's so many people out there I've worked with, and they do so much for the city, and I feel like I'm being recognized for a lot of their work too. So thank you all, and thank you, Mayor.
I think you'll all agree with me that David, between their efforts of David and Debbie, I'm feeling very like I need to give a lot more back. So congratulations to both of you, very well deserved, and to Councilor Cheney. Now I'd like to call Charlie St. Clair to join me on the stage to round out the rest of this press conference. And Charlie will be presenting the Fritzie Bear Award, but I also just wanted to take this time to thank our media, especially our local LRPA. We've got Laconia Daily Sun here as well as other representatives from the media who support us all year long. That's how we get the word out about what's going on, and we thank you very much for all of your continued coverage for everything going on this week. because it's a lot. I'd also like to recognize Executive Councilor Joe Cheney, who must have slipped in before I got a chance to see him, so thank you for being here as well. And all of our sponsors, several of whom are here but are listed on our banner above me, and our board members of Laconia Motorcycle Week. It's not the same not having our president, Cynthia Macris, here with us today, but you can definitely find her all week long at the Nassau Resort, and we look forward to the 102nd anniversary celebration right on the beach of the Nassau on Wednesday evening, and Governor Kelly Ayotte will join us for that celebration as well, so we look forward to that. Charlie, I meant over here. Likes to do.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
Before we do the Fritzie Beer Award, which will be basically our last item here, I too want to thank everybody that I work with all year, and those people that deal with me, and congratulations, Bruce, for all you've done with me too. And the usual suspects in the back here, some Fritzie Bear Award winners here. It's nice to meet the new gent from Gunstock here. I've already given him my condolences, but he's doing a good job already. And so hard up here. Again, the councilors that are here and other officials, and Jen already mentioned our board members that are here too, and our visitors. So thank you all very much. We look forward to a great week. Now on to the Fritzie Bear Award. I've got two special guests here. Come on out, kids. We thought it would be nice to have some people from the Bear family here. And we have the Ruth Arnold here, who's actually the daughter of Fritzie Bear. So that's a pretty good connection, I think. And then we have in the red hat. And if you don't know what the red hat is, that was the soon to become the Rally Patron program. So Fritzie had the Red Hat Brigade, which many people in the community joined, and they would go out and solicit money to help support then Motorcycle Week. That's Lori Baird, and it's pretty cool, I think, having, I said kids, but both of these fine ladies here. You guys can hold on to this here. So now on to the award. So it's always a struggle finding people to put their name on this trophy here, because there are so many people during the year that give an awful lot to help this event, this rally take place. Many go unnamed, unappreciated by most attendees or people that are not aware of what they do. And this gentleman has been around doing a lot of work for not only Motorcycle Week, but I think anything to do with engines, not just motorcycles, obviously. And he's pretty good at letting everybody know what he does do. The problem is that, again, like for most of this stuff, the audience is not as big as it could be. But I've only got to know him over the last 10 years or so, and he's truly a dedicated person to what we all do here. So without much more, Tom, come on up. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, don't look surprised. But Tom does a lot, and he sends me text messages or phones, very concerned about things, very concerned. What?
Details.
Yeah, and I'm really big on details. So he works really hard, and that's really the end of it. So ladies, if you could present that award. Let me get this plastic off here. There you go. Oh. And I must say, Tom, this is the first time we've had anybody here from the actual family giving this award. So that's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I read all the books about Fritzie, and there's some great stories there. Thank you. It's a pleasure to work with the organization. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it.
Okay, I think that's it, Jen.
I know you always have some sort of final words, but I do want to remind folks that they can join us at the NASWA on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for our press conferences. That'll be at 9 a.m. and we'll give updates on events that have happened and events that will happen. I know he wants to say something. Go ahead.
Well, no, I do want to mention our former city councilor, Brenda Bear, who we lost this past year. She would be here today, and we have her up on the stage. And all those years, which we've talked about constantly, besides all the work she did for the city, she did an awful lot of work for Motorcycle Week, and we'll never forget that, obviously. So that's all I wanted to throw in there.
Well, it is quite a legacy that the Bear family has built over the years, and I certainly am very proud to work with someone who has continued that tradition on, and that is Charlie himself, who really should be wearing a red hat because he fits right in with Fritzy Bear and all that his family stood for. So I just want to thank all of you for being here today, and we hope to see you during Motorcycle Week at the events. Thank you so much.